Happy Saturday. It's a beautiful morning to be alive. I'm feeling so good. And I tell you what, I realized this morning when I was finishing up my enemas, which feel awesome. And I did my full body rub. I actually started this morning with my uh, diatomeous earth. Diatomeous earth. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, anyway, I got this 5-pound bag, and which, I looked at it, I thought, well, it's a deal, but they give you this little tiny scoop, and you're, not supposed to exceed like 2 of these scoops, so it's like a couple of teaspoons. And I'm looking at this 5-pound bag, and I'm thinking, geez, man, I think that this bag might last a while. And so, yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about that. So, but I was thinking this morning how I've spent a whole lifetime putting all of these nasty chemicals all over and in my body, like to seemingly clean it. And I was doing just the opposite, quite frankly. I honestly, with the body rubs and the enemas, and now I'm doing the diatomaceous earth and turpentine. I'm working on my insides as well as my outsides with the enema. I've never felt cleaner. It's just funny how people interpret urine, and think it's so disgusting and nasty when it's just so totally the opposite. I really, honestly, I've never felt so good. My skin is getting soft and supple, and the elasticity is returning into my flesh. So it's awesome how it's working for me. And here's the thing. Yeah, and I just want to get clear about this, because now I'm in. This next week it'll be 5 months when I started urine therapy. So things happened right away for me. I cured my arthritis. It was like gone in 10 days. I mean, that was like an amazing miracle. I did it, with just urine and flushing my body with distilled water and drinking urine and stuff. The arthritis just went away. And so I've also cured my bursitis, my tendonitis, my degenerative disc, my COPD, my excessive cramping, my sciatica. All these chronic ailments have just disappeared. I'm living a pain-free life. Now, what a concept. Now, I had my very first, my back went out on me when I was 19 years old, working as a young recruit in the food industry in New York City, and working hard, lifting lots of heavy stuff, and my back just went out. And I think that I had my first experience of degenerative discs starting that early in my life, but nobody diagnosed it until I was way into my 50s, actually. Late 50s is when I finally got diagnosed with that. And so I've had the chronic pain my whole life. And, I didn't have any medical insurance or anything. So, I turned to alcohol and pot and, just like forget about it. Just man up and work hard and get over it and all that other horse shit that, we're led to believe, And I'm just so grateful. I am. I'm so grateful that I finally found a actual cure and not just some, pacifier, I mean, it's just not, it's not a joke. This is so real. This is like an amazing experience of transformation. And I celebrate every day now. I just can't tell you how good I feel. And, that whole idea of like, well, what do you do for protein? And, I've been listening to all that kind of stuff for years now, when I went vegan and, now that I don't do any of it really, it's like a totally different deal. I'm on a completely different mindset. I realize the limits of being a vegan. I realize the limits of eating cooked food, although I'm still eating a little rice and stuff. And so, I'm not completely 100%. So, shoot me. No, don't shoot me. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm going to start my new fast here in, I don't know, 2 days, maybe 3 days. I'm just whittling through the last of the food stock I have. And, when I'm done with that, then I'll jump in. So, I'm figuring like maybe the 21st or something like that. We'll see. It's all good. In the meantime, I'm just taking it slowly, one day at a time, and feeling the rewards, of my efforts. And so, anybody that's in doubt about whether or not, it's right for you, and you have disease, and you have illness, and you have body pains, and you have problems, all of these things are generally due to whatever you've been eating, or whatever you've been drinking, or whatever meds you've been taking, or anything you've been putting in your mouth for a lifetime. Almost everything, I would think everything, is a condition of what we've been putting in our mouth. So when we realize that we don't need to do that, when we don't need to keep abusing ourselves, and that you can turn it around. And I've heard from more and more people that are becoming really big time, and people have been doing this for a real long time, that are urine therapy. Like, I mean, I'm a Nubian, so I accept that. And, but I've learned that people just naturally kind of lean towards a more healthy diet. Like they become more raw and fruitarian and, just something about the urine therapy that just makes you want to get healthier. It's really profound how it just immediately starts shifting your body, and it changes your mind. I mean, my mind is so much opener and cleaner. Not that I didn't have an open mind before. I'm talking about the channels, my receptors. Everything is just like coming in like loud and clear. Everything is just rocking and rolling, and I'm digging it. And I had such a special day yesterday. I was on the phone for hours with, it ended up being almost 4 hours with my dear new friend, Rosalind. And, there's a smart lady. You should check out her words of wisdom. And she'll be at the symposium bringing her magic bags. And so I look forward to finally meeting her. And then Monica, she came in, and I know she's been real busy, and so whenever she shows up, it's always just such a gift, and she's so lovely, and she just shares her heart so purely and beautifully. And so to come back from my walk yesterday, and my talk with Rosalind, to find all these lovely, sweet messages from Monica, was just like warms my heart. The people, Thomas Smith and Michael J. Quinlan, and all these different people that keep coming in with their hearts and opening up and sharing themselves. And I don't ever mean to exclude anybody. There's just so many of you out there, that I just respect and admire and love so dearly. And so I thank you. I thank you for who you are, and allowing me to participate in your life. And it's a privilege. I consider it a total privilege. So thank you. And also, people keep saying to me, like, man, you should make an ebook. I've had this comment thrown at me a lot, about my poems, and I'm doing that. I'm making a collection right now, and I'm just sharing them with you as I go along. I'm building the collection, and I have several collections. I have poems that I've written for, decades and decades. And so I have some collections that are already on CDs. I have some collections that are already in self-published books. And so I'm preparing myself. I've got things I'm doing right now that I'm staying focused on. This show is one of them. And, publishing a poem daily. These are two things that I'm consistent of. I'm getting ready to build out my van so that I can hit the road. And come September, I plan on shifting a lot of gears. I'll be leaving from Washington, where I've been living for 3 years. And I'm going to start exploring. I got this senior pass for the National Forests, and it's lifetime pass for $10, which is incredible value. So I'm going to spend a couple weeks exploring national forests and enjoying some time. And when I do that, when I hit the road, I'm going to kind of put this program on hold because my computers and everything will be kind of in a different phase. But I do have a phone that has a pretty good camera and all that. So I'm going to kind of shift to more live feeds and, updates as I do my travel and roaming and all that. So, hey, stay tuned. So anyway, I want to thank you all again for, your support and, letting me know how much the poems mean to you and whatnot. That's, and I appreciate that. And so, with all that being said, I wrote this yesterday, and I'm going to share it with you now. It's called I've Cured My Arthritis. No more chronics, no more pains. My healthy outlook has been regained. I've cured my arthritis, degenerative discs and COPD. Sciatica's gone from just drinking my pee. It seems like it's magic, and it's so simple to do. Curing the disease that's affecting you. No longer taking handfuls of meds, suffering side effects that I constantly dread. I'm free to live normal, whatever that means. Just living pain-free. It's like living a dream. I'm just one example of millions of folks who know urine therapy isn't a joke. Own it, really own it. Take an active participation in it and share the good news. There's too many people suffering. This is way more valuable than, money. This is the greatest wealth you can share because it has to do with health, optimum health. So, with all that being said, I wish you a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. I love you dearly, and I thank you for being in my life today, as always. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, peace, love, and boom! Ha! You just been loved.